Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to bring you two replays, both on Malinovka, and both from the same spawn. One in the FCM 50T, and one in the Ragnorok. Now, I've just gotten back to this video. I went to the shops, and I feel like shit because it looked like it was snowing outside today, which is quite rare where I live. It doesn't snow too often. And snowing quite heavily, and I thought, wow, this is great, I love snow. How foolish of me, we don't get fun snow where I live. We get shit snow. It was snowing and raining at the same time, so it's just like fucking slush, and when you're walking through the snow, every step it would splash. There was high wind, so it was fucking freezing. It was just the worst. I'm genuinely jealous of countries that get decent fun snow to dick around in, but that's enough of me complaining about the shitty weather we get over here. I'm tuned with Curtis. He's in a Garnet's KV5. I'm in the FCM 50, and I believe this is maybe the first game in this tank I've played since update 6.0. And in fact, the very last game I played was the last one I put on YouTube. Because I don't play this tank very often. I'll play like once a month, or maybe once over that. And it's not that I don't like the tank. I've said before, I absolutely love this tank. One of the best tier premiums in the game. I just don't play it too often. I just switch up tanks quite a lot. The only tank I play a lot consistently is the Ragnorok, because it's the only tank that I'll use ×2 silver boost on, so it's my main silver earner. But this tank was amazing before update 6.0. It had really good rate of fire, really good accuracy, decent speed. Now it's going to be even more accurate. Doesn't mean much. It's going to have even more DPM, which is quite significant. And it's just going to be absolutely nuts what I can do up on top of this hill. And you're going to see I slow down here. Why am I doing that? Well, the front of this thing's armor is not very good, where even like tier 7 light tank can sometimes pen you through the front of the turret, for example. So I'm waiting for teammates to catch up, and you see they're still a fair bit behind me. But I'm going to start moving up again and see if I can spot who on the enemy team is climbing up the hill. Now, something else to note this game, which is very useful, is there's no artillery. That's kind of a big thing for this. And as I pop over the hill, you're actually see a perfect example about this tank's armor, because although it's bad at the front, it does have 80mm of side armor, meaning you can side scrape in this, which is fairly good, I suppose. But yeah, just don't expect to bounce with the front of your tank unless it's a lower tier light tank. So I got one shot into the T-34-100, and now there's an Eradicator. I'm getting some assistance on him. I already got over 1,000, 1,200. He's getting absolutely shit on, and I don't really want to peek on him because he will just go straight through my turret. Now, 1357. I get one shot in him, and he bounces one off me. He's firing standard rounds, by the way. I get another shot at him, he pens me, bounces one. So you see, although I've bounced a couple, he's actually penned me with a standard round through the front of my tier 8 heavy tank. So, this thing's armor, do not trust it frontally or hull down. Now T-38's coming up, and I'm just going to DPM him here. I'm not even going to activate the food consumable as I bounce off him, because Russian armor. Now you see that even though he's got good DPM, it's just over for him. And now there's the Eradicator again. Curtis is going to come over, and when the Eradicator starts shooting at him, then I'm going to come out and get a shot into the Eradicator. Now, we're in quite comfortably. We're thinking about trying to get a shot at the light tank, but what's going to happen is I'm just going to, with my 400 meters base view range and fast speed, I'm just going to drive down the hill and see if I can spot some people. But I should mention this game that I'm going to disappoint myself in a moment. As I drive out, T-34 black. I shoot on the move, and he's trying to look at me. He's got a very big gun. Penning him on the move, start weaving left and right, he misses. And what I should have done here is ram him. But I blow his track. Well, I hit him in the track, so I blow him off, and Curtis gets the kill, which is fine. It's nice that Curtis got the kill, but I should have just rammed him. I don't know why I didn't. I have lots of hit points, and the game's almost over. So the fact that I like to go out there and claim that I love ramming people, and I didn't ram him there, I'm a bit disappointed. So missed out on an opportunity there. Now I'm just going to farm the pattern, and Curtis again picks up the kill, and now I've just got the send sheet to deal with. Now the thing is, this tank makes really good silver, because the shells on it are really cheap with decent PAM. And the game before this, I played the Ragnarok, and I had a ×2 silver boost act, and I forgot to take it off. Which isn't a bad thing, just I would have preferred to use the ×2 boost on a Ragnorok. But what it does mean is you're going to see a decent silver gain here. 2,500 damage, 2,800 assistance, 1 kill, and 280,000 credits profit. So if you don't have a Ragnorok, but you've got the FCM 50T, or Patriot, or Garnet, those are other tanks I highly recommend for silver earning. But ideally, as I stated before, I prefer to only use my ×2 silver boost on the Ragnorok or the Minotaur, if possible. But I'm sure we all do it. I very often forget to switch off my XP boosts and my silver boosts. And I'm back. Just had someone knock on the door there. In fact, if you listen back, you might actually hear my dog going nuts downstairs. So, I just finished recording the second game here, and then I accidentally deleted the audio rather than save it like a fucking nipple. So, here I am again. Now, also top tier on the same spawn of Malinovka, but this time there's 2 artillery. And I'm in the Ragnorok, and Curtis in the Type 59 too, so we're in a really powerful platoon here, both very good tanks. And as always, I'm going to go up the hill. I say as always, I'll either go up the hill or I'll try and run the middle of the map. I will never go 1-2 line, ever. Now, when I looked at the enemy team list, I saw they have a lot of top tier heavy tanks, including defenders and all sorts of shit. Defender, Samua, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what it was, but they've got tier 8 heavies and I'm scared of them. So what's going to happen is, as I'm racing up the hill, I'm going to start thinking to myself, what if the defender's the first tank I run into? Because with 205mm of penetration, which is what the Ragnorok has in the standard rounds, I'm not guaranteed to be able to pan a defender's lower plate. So I start loading premium rounds. However, the other thing is, I should have waited till I got up here. Because obviously, I want to preload my clip early because it's an autoloader, so I have to wait a while. Hence why I want to load early. But it stands to reason that the first tank you might see on top of the hill will be a medium or a light tank. So now, as I finish loading the premium magazine, tier 7 light tank. Missed the first shot, that was painful. Hit the second. And hit the third. And it's just really a rule of life that whenever you load premium for something, a tank that you don't need it for shows up. Now I'm loading back to standard rounds. But the thing is, in regards of wasting premium rounds, I suppose if you're to shoot at something with premium that doesn't need it in any tank, then you'd rather do it in a Crimson tank. So the Ragnarok, the Hydra, the Minotaur, where you at least get your money back. Now, Samua's spotted down there. I'm going to aim for him first because he's a nice, reliable pen if I can hit him in the turret. And I do get all 3 shots without getting spotted. Now, the Ragnorok can spot for itself, but while Curtis is in his more forward position, I'm happy to sit back and snipe. There's no need to sacrifice my hit points or risk them if Curtis is in a better position than me and a tank more suited for at least having better armor. The T-3400 gets unspotted, but I'm going to blind shoot him. 1 shot, 2 shot, and 3 shots for the kill. Now, I had a feeling he was still there because the position he was at, when he went unspotted, the fact he didn't get respotted by Curtis or our teammate is what led me to believe he was still there. Now you're going to see I'm loading premium rounds again because the defenders have been spotted. And as I said, I can't pen their lower plate from back here, especially shooting down at it. So my only hope of penning would have been a cupola snipe, which is very unlikely even with 6.0 accuracy. And of course, after loading premium rounds, a Draugen shows up, which I don't really need premium for, but there you go. 2 shots in, I attempt the third blind but miss. And that is now 2 premium clips I've used at relatively lightly armoured tanks. Although I do want to remember that, I don't know what you guys have noticed, but Draugens are a bit of a meme. They seem to bounce a fair few shots that they probably shouldn't. So, pretty trolly armour on the Draugen. Now, I was going to try and drop down here. And what we're going to see is, as I before to drop down, I realised I can't get down there without dying, probably. So now I'm in a really vulnerable position, just in the open. Bounce off the Draugen. As I was talking about before, they've got pretty good armour. Trying to run back to safety. I bounce a shot myself off the rear side of my vehicle. So I suppose I'm not one to talk about the Draugen being lucky. And I've actually escaped from that situation without taking any damage, which I was for sure thinking I was going to take at least one shot. Now, standard rounds are loaded again. Do spot the Lycan from earlier. And actually, it's going to be a nice bit of revenge, because I bet Naughty's still alive. As I do, finish him off. Now, also, I'm now in a position where I can actually drop down relatively safely. Relatively safely. I can't even speak properly this morning. As I said, it's been a long day. I honestly felt like I was walking through, I don't know, Canada or something this morning. It was that cold. Now, I was going to go for the Dragon, but I realised our team actually needs help with this defender, so I'm coming back to help. And I missed the first shot, and I've only got one shot left. And I'm actually going to drive forward and try and get the defender to shoot at me instead, because I've got full hit points. Got one shot in him, I'm driving right next to him, but the defender's going to do the right thing and ignore me to kill the low health tank that is Curtis, which is a bit of a shame, but not much I can do. Ragnorok gets one shot in me, and he's going to try again, but the angled part of my turret on the side is going to bounce it. It's very nice. Now, I want to get behind this building because I'm terrified of the artillery. And right now, it's just going to be trying to spot someone. Namely the Ragnorok and the Dragon that are at the back of the map. But as I go to do that, a friendly tank spots the SU in the field, and he's just not in a good position. Nice, easy clip for me. And it's as simple as that. While I'm reloading, I'm going to try and spot, maybe get a bit of assistance. However, as I move forward, I do get spotted first by the Ragnorok. And now, again, I don't get to stop and shoot at him because I've got 10 seconds to reload and artillery might ruin me. Hoping our TD might get a shot in, or that our artillery might do the work. About to be reloaded, see the Ragnorok, get one shot in, finish him off, but the Dragon is going to get a shot into me. Now I go for a reload after those two shots. It's just the Dragon and the artillery. And we do have a light tank going down the one line now to get behind the Dragon. Now I don't want to poke out too early and then not have any shots if I do spot him. So I'm going to wait until 3 seconds left, drive out. Don't spot the Dragon, but the light tank does, and then I wait for a moment in the hopes that he's not looking at me anymore. And then he gets finished off, which is a bit of a shame, and with me being spotted, I don't want to peek out yet. So I wait until 6% disappears, and I'm going to go around the other side of the building. Now, the artillery is going to get spotted here, and I'm going to try and snapshot him. But you're going to see, I see the outline there, and I just fire a snapshot, but he was behind cover, so I don't know what part of his tank was visible. But it was worth a shot. And now this game, with a ×2 silver boost as well, like the previous one. 4,500 damage, and I think I made about 240k profit. Curtis came second, did a nice bit of work in front of me, spotting for me, allowing me to stay hidden and just snipe. But that doesn't mean I got barely any XP. So 4,500 damage, 274 assistance, 4 kills, 235,000 credits profit. And just going hill and Malinovka, working pretty well for me in my mediums. Well, the FC50 is a heavy, but it's basically a medium, as you guys know. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all in the next one.